Hello students, I am back with the seventh part of the chapter 6 Physical and Chemical Change. In previous video I explained textbook exercise from question 1 to question 8. So in this video I will explain the rest exercises. It means question number 9 to question number 12. It means I will complete exercise, and after explaining this exercise hopefully I will send you a PDF. From this PDF you can copy question answers in your CW. So let's begin with question number 9. Question number 9 is explain how painting of an iron gate prevents it from rusting. So here in question you have to explain how you can prevent iron gate from rusting by painting on it. So you know one thing that when we have to prevent rusting from on iron object, we have to preserve it from oxygen and water, because you know oxygen and water, two things are very essential for rusting. So generally what we have to do when you have to cut off the contact of oxygen and water from iron things. It means moisture present in iron. You have to cut off that moisture come in contact with iron things. So how you can prevent like that? So you have to apply something on iron things, so iron does not get come to the contact, directly come in contact with the oxygen and water. So for that you have to apply something on iron things. So you know that rusting take place in presence of oxygen and water. If we somehow prevent the oxygen and water from coming in contact with iron articles, there will be no rusting. It means if oxygen and water will not come in a contact with iron, there will be no rusting. Hence if iron gates are painted all over, then they will not come in contact with oxygen and water. So rusting will not occur on the gates. So your answer is, we know that rusting takes place in presence of oxygen and water. If we somehow prevent the oxygen and water from coming in contact with iron articles, there will be no rusting. Hence, if iron gates are painted all over, then they will not come in contact with oxygen and water, and no rusting will occur on the gates. So now moving to the next question number 10. Explain why rusting of iron object is faster in coastal areas than in desert. So here you have to explain why rusting is faster in coastal areas and why not in desert. Because you know, first of all, what is coastal areas means? Coastal areas means areas nearby seashore, like that, near. So you know that because of sea and water, there is more amount of moisture is there in air in coastal areas. It's near sea and all. And desert means everywhere that sand and temperature is also very high in desert. So because of that temperature, there is very little amount of moisture present in air. So that is also one reason. So and again I am telling one reason is there for rusting. Two things are very essential: water and moisture, oxygen, like that only. So air surrounding in coastal areas contain very much amount of moisture. So when this type of moisture and oxygen come in contact with the iron, it obviously rusting process is very faster. And in desert area, as I told you, that is temperature is very high. In dry temperature, it means very much little amount of moisture in desert areas, so rusting process is very slow. So that is also one major reason. So how you will explain that? Answer is air in the surroundings of coastal areas contain moisture. We know that moisture and oxygen are essential for the rusting of iron objects. For that reason, rusting is faster and more in the coastal areas. There is no moisture in desert areas. Therefore, the process of rusting is slow there. So, your answer 10 is air in the surroundings of coastal areas contain moisture. We know that moisture and oxygen are essential for the rusting of iron objects. For that reason, rusting is faster and more in the coastal areas. There is no moisture in desert areas. Therefore, the process of rusting is slow there. Moving to the next. Question number 11. The gas we use in the kitchen is called liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG. In the cylinder, it exists as a liquid. When it comes out from the cylinder, it becomes a gas, that is change A. Then it burns, that is change B, second change. The following statements pertain to these changes. Choose the correct one. So here 4 options are given. Among these 4, you have to choose any one correct option. So here 2 changes total given. First gas, you know that gas we use in kitchen, that is LPG gas. First, when it was in cylinder, it is exists in a liquid form. So when you on the knob of the gas stove, it comes out. When it comes out from the cylinder, it becomes a gas. It means first it was liquid, after turning knob on, it turns into gas. It means this is the first change, when liquid turn into gas. So when liquid turn into gas, which change is it? That is physical change. And then after that it burns, that is change B. When it burns, it gives heat and light. It means new substance is produced. It means it is a, and as I told you, when anything burn, it means it is a chemical change only. New substance is produced from it. So that is chemical change. First is physical change and second is chemical change. So which statement is correct? Let's see number 1. Process A is a chemical change. It is not. It is wrong statement only, no, because process A is a physical change because it turns liquid from liquid to gas. Process B is a chemical change. Yes, process B is a chemical change. That is correct. Now option 3. Both processes A and B are chemical changes. Process A and B both are chemical changes? No, because process A is a physical and process B is a chemical change. So third one also a false. Now fourth. None of these processes is a chemical change. None of these processes is a chemical change. Change A and change B both are not chemical changes. So that is also a false. So which one is correct? So option 2. Second option is a correct one. Process B is a chemical change. So among these 4 options, option 2 is a correct. Process B is a chemical change. Now moving to the next question number 12. Here also anaerobic bacteria digest animal waste and produce biogas, that is change A. The biogas is then burned as a fuel, that is change B. The following statement pertain to these changes. Choose the correct one. Here also one situation is given and 4 options are there. Among these four, you will choose one option correct. First of all, anaerobic bacteria you have learned in chapter 1 and 2 digest animal waste and produce biogas. So what is biogas? First of all, you should know that first when animal waste, plant waste, leftover food and everything we dump in one pit and put the lid on it. So what will happen? Anaerobic bacteria, it means in the absence of oxygen, they digest, they decompose the waste and produce a biogas. That is change A. Now after that, through that pipeline, that biogas is supplied to the homes and any industries. So from this biogas, some people use this biogas as a fuel. Some people use this biogas for electricity, for lighting, and some use in industries for running many processes. So this is the second change. The biogas is then burned as a fuel. That is second change, change B. So which statement is correct among these four? First of all, change A. Then when we eat something and that digests food. So digestion of food, as I told you, which change is it? That is chemical change. Yes, and when that biogas burn as a fuel, it produces heat and light, and I told you, in fact, burn anything is a chemical change. So change B also a chemical change. It means change A and change B both are chemical changes. So which option is correct? First option is process A is a chemical change. Process A is a chemical change. This is correct. Second, process B is a chemical change. That is also a correct. Both processes A and B are chemical changes. Yes, both processes A and B are chemical changes. And fourth, none of these processes is a chemical change. So that is totally false statement, because both are chemical changes only. Here in first option only process A only saying that process A is chemical change, nothing about process B. So quite incorrect. Now process B also that same. Here also process B is saying, but nothing about process A. So that is quite incorrect. But third, both processes A and B are chemical change. So that is absolutely correct option only. So third one is correct. Both processes A and B are chemical changes. So here we end up the textual exercise of chapter 6. So in last video I asked you one question, what is the color of copper sulfate solution, but none of you gave answer. So no problem, I am giving answer. The color of copper sulfate is blue. Again the color of copper sulfate is blue. So in this video again I am asking one question. What is the chemical name of baking soda? What is the chemical name of baking soda? So see, in last none of you gave answer for last question. No problem, but I expect answer from you for this question. In next video you can write your answer in comment box. I will display your name in the next video. Once again, what is the chemical name of baking soda, and after that tomorrow hopefully I will send you PDF of chapter number 6, physical and chemical change. From this PDF you can copy textbook exercise in your CW. So I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. We'll meet you soon. Thank you.